probably saw the title and I'm like, oh, book recs. This is nice. Well, I don't even know how to start this. I'm going to be showing you guys my books that I've read. Maybe some that I'm reading right now, and maybe ones that I liked and did not like, and also maybe some that are on my TBR list and all that. I also have books that I have bought in books that I have not read yet, but I just have them in my shelves, just like collecting dust for no reason. But yeah, so I'm gonna start with books that I have read, and I'm gonna be reviewing them to you. So I'm gonna get on with the video. I'm back. The first book I have actually read that was part of like Book Talk community, and I saw it everywhere, and I'm like, oh, I should buy it. Probably wondering how old does this girl? I'm 16, guys. I'm turning 17 in July, so yeah. But I do get on with more spicy books, but I personally like this one. Like I used to like it when I was like maybe a year ago. I was like obsessed with it. I would like find pictures on Pinterest about it. I was like, I love this book. I thought it was a 5-star rating. I'm gonna show you guys what it is. This is the first book. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Please, if I said your name wrong, don't come for me. But yes, I used to think this was maybe a 5-star, but I have to change it to a maybe an 8 or 7.5. I really like this book, and if the main character Lily, I really love her because literally my name is Lily, so I'm like, oh, I love her. I don't want to spoil it if you have not read this book yet, but it is a very good book about a girl who wants to start a flower shop, meets a guy that's like a surgeon, neurosurgeon, and stuff happens. But I really like this book. It's almost like a friends to lovers and then to enemies. I have the second part of this. It Starts With Us. It's somewhere in my bookshelves over there. I'm too lazy to look for it. But I normally love this book. I used to love this. I read it like twice. It was a very good book, but the ending was just like so surprising to me that I did not expect it. But at the same time, I did expect it, so I was just like very confused. But at the same time, I did love this book. I love this author. Like, I love all her books. She has an amazing writing. This book is actually not that spicy, but it's like, maybe it's like the level of spice would be like a 2 or a 3. But I'm not sure. I read this a year ago, but I really did like it. So I think most people seen this book everywhere, and they were like, oh, like, very good. I very loved it. I saw a lot of reviews about this book. And so I'm like, oh, let me buy it and read it. I read it all in maybe like 3 weeks. Sorry, there's a car outside. I read this in 3 weeks. That's how interested I was. And this, we have Fourth Wing. I honestly think Fourth Wing was a very good book. I'm not going to say 5-star. I think I would just be an 8.5, 9. The spice in this is very, like, not so detailed, but it's pretty good. There's like 2 scenes, I think. But I won't spoil it. I really love the characters in this, especially Xaden. I don't know, at first I did not like him. I was like, oh, he's gonna kill her, because that's exactly what I thought at first. And then when I really like this book. It's an enemies to lovers type of book. And I think it was that she fell first, but he fell harder. It was like, I really love this book. Oh, I would die to read this again. So I think this will be a 9. Like, I've read this completely in like 3 weeks maybe. And it was like, I loved it. And I was like, I would really recommend, if you want to start getting into like fantasy, to read this by Rebecca Yarros, because honestly, it was the best book I've ever read. And yeah, I also have the second one. Let's see, the second one, Iron Flame, that I'm like rereading it again because I missed a lot for some reason. I skipped like a chapter because it had the spice scene, and then I just got really uncomfortable. I got really uncomfortable. You know what I mean. Yeah, so that scene was very interesting. I think there's only 1 or 2 scenes that happened that in here, but I really liked it. And I have it on the bookmark of the chapter that it was in. I'm not going to say what chapter. You guys read it on your own. But both of them, I think both of them will make them into a 9. The second one, I didn't really like the second one very much, but it was still good. The first one had me on my toes, though, so I really recommend reading the first one. If you really want to read the second one, you can read the second one. I won't stop you. I know this is supposed to be like, I think, a 5 or 6 book series, so I'm looking forward to the third book, you know? So the next book is If He Had Been With Me. This book actually left me in pieces for like a long time. Like, I had to stop reading. And then I had to stop reading after I finished this. I stopped reading for like 2 months because it was like very, like, it attacked me. It was like very sad, but I do recommend it if you really like sad, like romance, but mixed with like sad and stuff. So I really actually like this. I would recommend. This is like childhood friends type of, like, I think it's childhood friends to lovers. But it's really, like, really good. I really recommend this. If I said, like, anything wrong about this book, I'm so sorry. I forgot about everything I read in this book because I read this a long time ago. So, don't come for me. But it's a very good book. It did rip me up a little bit near the end. I was, like, I could not read anything after this book. So, yeah, did I give a rating to this? No, right? This would probably be a 7 or 8, somewhere around there. But, yeah. Ugly Love. People were like, this is a good book, you know? I very much like this book. Love it. And to me, this book was not it. But I still liked it. There's not that much to say about this book. But from Colleen Hoover, I think it was well written. But I just think the plots were pretty, like, intense and everything. But I did like this. There were some scenes in this, I think. Like 1 or 2. I don't remember. I read this a while ago. But it was a very good book. I do love her books. So if you guys want to read this, you should. If you're into like more like deep, dark, not like dark, but it's pretty deep. Alright, so now for the books that I have, but I'm not reading it yet. But I'm going to show you guys a book that I'm reading right now that I saw one of the people, another BookTok girl, mention it in her video. If you guys know Steph, you're OG. But she had recommended this book, so I started reading it, and I very much love it. I'm obsessed with this. It is Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. I actually love this book. Like, for me, this is a solid maybe 9. 9, yeah. I very much like this. It is probably friends to lovers or something. Or, yeah, like, mostly like that. It's about a girl who goes to London to study, and then she meets, like, it's a love triangle. That's all I'm just gonna say that. It's a very good love triangle. It's very good. I very like it. She goes to study for a university in London. Her father is a famous musician. I'm just gonna say that. And, yeah, love triangle. This is a solid 9. I love this book. Like, I'm reading it still. I'm, like, this much in. I just started this book maybe yesterday, and I'm on chapter 25. The first book that I'm actually reading right now, I think you guys might have seen this, The Butcher and Blackbird. I am obsessed with this book. I started reading it, but I didn't finish it since I started reading this book. But I love this book. Like, this book is so good. By Bryn Weaver. Sorry, I don't know if I pronounced your name wrong, but don't come for me. So it is a friends to lovers. It's a dark romance about 2 psychopath killers. They're 2 serial killers. Why did I say psychopath killers? I don't know. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. But there's 2 serial killers, and every year they meet up technically to like kill someone together or challenge each other to kill, and it's very interesting. I very much love this. There are some scenes in here, and also, like, when I opened this book, I think the first thing that I saw was trigger warnings. And when I see trigger warnings, it is a 2-page trigger warning. And I'm just like, help me in. Anything that says, we value your mental health, count me in. I don't care if it's like that. But yeah, and also there's a playlist. And I don't know if I'm supposed to be reading this, if I'm supposed to be listening to the playlist while I'm reading. But if I do finish this book, I will listen to the playlist again and, yeah, maybe reread it while I'm listening to the playlist to see how it is. But I mostly love this book. Like, this is a very recommended book that I would recommend you if you like dark romance with murder and stuff. It's a Friends to Lovers. I love it. I'm obsessed. I would definitely read that book. I would give it an 8.5 since everything's so detailed. Alright, second book. I actually have the series. I have not read it yet, but I've heard some things about it. I have Haunting Adeline. This is the first one, and I also have, dang, it's heavy. I also have the second book, Hunting Adeline. I am actually very excited to read these. These are a dark romance, stalker type of book. I very much like it. There are scenes in here that I've heard, and I'm very excited. Like, when I was at the bookstore and I opened this, there was a lady that came up to me and was like, "You sure you want to read that?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm sure. I'm going to read it. I don't care about my mental health anymore. Anything related to dark romance, that's stalker, mafia, count me in. I would literally die to read this actually right now, but like, of course, I had to finish one book before I start reading it. So maybe in my next video, you guys can comment down below which one of these books I should read in a video and give a review about it. But the ones that I haven't read, that's what I'm trying to say. I bought shelves for this since I don't have any more space. Like, my entire library right now, there's no space, and I bought 3 extra shelves. And I'm waiting for my father to do something about it and put them up, because does it look like I know how to use a hammer? I do know how to use a hammer, but I think I'm scared I'm gonna put a hole in the wall. So yeah, please don't come after me. The next book, I don't have the full series, but I want the series very badly. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The Predator. I found this. Steph also recommended this book on her YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to watch her video also of her, she read Dark Romances for a week. This was a very interesting book. Like, I really like this. It's a mafia, like, I think it was Enemies to Lovers or Friends to Lovers, but I really love this. I've heard so many good things about it, and I'm actually very excited to read this. I would read this, actually, since it's the Dark Verse book 1. I really want the second one. But from Runix, her books are so good, actually. She writes them so nicely. I very love it. This, I haven't read it, so I won't give it a rating, but I hope it's very good. The next book I have, I think most of you guys have seen these everywhere. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I actually am getting the series for this, but I'm gonna have to need more shelves because not all of these books are gonna fit up on those shelves, and I don't know where to put them. So I'm probably gonna get another one, but we're hoping. Yeah, we're hoping. But I really want to read this. I've heard many good things about Sarah's books, and also I just ordered the Twisted series, and they come in 3 days, which right now, today is Friday. I don't know what day I'm editing this, if it's even posted. I don't know what day this is posted, but whatever this date is posted, just remember this, the books probably come pretty late, so. Okay, the next book that I have wanting to read, many of you guys told each other, I've been told that this book is a really good book. It's just the scenes in this book I of course have Icebreakers from Hannah Grace. I know there's a second one called Wildfire. I really want the Wildfire. I had that one in my to buy it, but then I moved it aside and I saved it for later because Barnes and Nobles is very expensive. And I wasted $100 on 7 books, which I deleted 3 books from that. So now it's only the Twisted series, and then maybe next week I'll buy the King of Wrath and stuff, the King series. But I'm very excited to read this. I've heard a lot of stuff about this, like, oh my god, the scenes, oh my god, this, oh my god, the lovers. And of course, I heard that he falls like harder. Like, I think he falls first, but harder. So, yeah. You guys can tell me which one to read in the comments below. Whichever one has the most votes, I guess, will be the one I read in my video. Next book. Gothicana by Runix. It's another dark romance. I'm very excited to read this. I actually love the purple pages. I'm like very happy about that. I don't know why. But yeah. Very excited actually to read this. I would definitely probably read this in one day. But I have to put my mind to it, you know? Like, I'm not home alone all the time. And my parents, like, they're very curious and they're like, oh my god, what are you reading? What's the book about? And I'm like, I have to lie because I don't like telling them what the book is about. Like, this one, I read it in front of my dad. He's like, what's it about? And then he saw like the 2 people kissing. He's like, is that about kissing and like romance and stuff? I'm like, no. It's about a serial killer documentary. And yeah. And he believed that, so But this one, I would read this one. I do want to read it, just like the other books. And then I don't know which one to start with first, so you guys can decide that for me. And I'll read it for the video, for my next video. Okay, live. I'm sorry, my tongue is not working today. The Love Hypothesis. I actually started reading it, and then I stopped because I can't read this in front of my parents but I really love the cover. Like, covers like this, I will definitely get stuff like this. Like, I honestly hate when there's like an actual person on my cover, on like the covers and everything, like of a guy that's just like sitting like, no, what's it called? No, it's like a guy that just sits on the cover just like shirtless. Like, picture me with, I could just put a paper here with drawn abs and he's just like. But yeah, I hate when they look like it because they all look the same, you know? Very interesting. But yeah, I would read The Love Hypothesis. I started reading it. I really like it. It's more like it's like a fake relationship type of like thing, fake dating. And then they start falling for each other and everything. This is pretty spicy. Like, some of the books I have here, most of the books here are pretty spicy. Okay, maybe all of them. But let's look on the bright side. I also have The Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I've actually heard a lot of stuff about this. Like a lot of good stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, this is like a very good book that they recommended. So this is pretty spicy also. I really like it. I think I like the girl on it. The girl on it is giving me, but I don't want to give that away. And the last but not least, I'm getting more books. The Twisted series comes in maybe like 3 days, maybe 2 after if this is posted the next day. But Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. Once again, I love the cover. The cover always, like, if I see the cover like this, I'm automatically getting it. But tell me why. Tell me why this man right here looks like Nanami. Kento Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen. And I have Gojo back here. And tell me why that looks like Nanami. Like, literally the hair color, like, the undercut, everything. The shirt, like, the skin tone. Like, what? Oh, I just realized he had a tattoo. I forgot that type of tattoo is called. But yeah. Yeah. I thought that looked like Nanami, so I'm like, I'm going to get it because I am a Nanami stan, and a Gojo stan apparently. Why is it facing inward like that? But yeah, this is the last book. I really want to read this. I'll let you guys decide on in the comments which book I should read in my video, and then review it to see how it is and see how it goes mostly. But I think it's a very good start if dark romance, you know. But I'll let you guys choose, since you guys apparently like choosing paths for people. But yeah, I honestly think it would be very nice. It would be very nice if you guys subscribed also, so you guys get a notification for my videos. If you guys really want me to do, like, maybe the day I start getting more books, a book haul maybe, that's gonna be a lot of money. My bank account will not be liking that. And I do use, my mom does contribute for paying for most of it, so that's good of her, even though she doesn't know what she got herself into. But yeah, let me know what book I should read for one of my videos, and I will read it. If you guys see me that I'm looking over here a lot, it's because I don't have my camera. My camera broke, and right now I'm using a different camera from a device, a computer. I'm not gonna show you that, but yes, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and let me know in the comments. Don't forget to let me know. Make sure to like the video and also subscribe, because yeah, you know. But yeah, and don't forget the comments. Let me know what book I should read next. Well, goodbye.